Think You Can Write, where we give serious writing critique without taking ourselves too seriously. My name is Randy Lindsay, and with me here today is...
Torsha Baker.
Janette, Rallison.
Brock Booher.
All right, that's right. We have a guest judge. Torsha's going to join us, and she was this last month's quarterly winner of a William Shakespeare air freshener, which now permeates the room, and we have the essence of William Shakespeare with us today. So that should really help lift the quality of the show.
To help our sensory details.
That's
Exactly.
right.
All right, so the way the show works is I am going to read a submission, and the other three are going to act as judges, and if they feel that an agent or editor would reject the submission, they will hit the buzzer, and then they'll tell us why. All right, today's submission is A Match Made in Heavenly. Time had finally run out for Maxwell Blake, the Earl of Aldrich. With a heavy sigh, Max dismounted from his horse, planted his feet on the cobblestone path in front of him, and marched toward the Marquis of Shelton's sprawling Gothic manor, known, rather ironically, to his mind, as Heavenly.
Sorry. It's not poorly written. I just want to make that clear. It's just that this is a very long sentence for your second sentence. I would break this up into 2 sentences. The other thing that I had let go, but it kind of goes with that, is you have time had finally run out. So putting that had in there is passive voice. I would take that on to say time finally ran out. And not that, if it's not in there a lot, I think it's okay, but seeing as how it's your first line, you want that first line to be as strong as possible. So those are mine.
And you guys thought I was tough.
Sorry.
New son.
I do know how it feels. I will
New
say.
Randy.
Sorry.
At the foot of the stairs, he stopped and pulled a small velvet box out of his pocket. Fingering it open, he stared down in morose fascination at his great-great-grandmother's emerald engagement ring. A quick twitch of a curtain at one of the upstairs windows drew his gaze upward, and he clamped the box shut with a decisive click. Life as he knew it was about to come to an end. A high-pitched giggle off to the right caught his attention. He turned toward the sound and spotted a flash of movement high among the branches of a giant oak tree. Anxious to delay the inevitable, he pivoted on his heel and headed for it. "Who are you?" a gruff voice inquired as he neared the tree. He looked up and saw a girl, probably no more than 8 years of age, perched high on a limb.
This is a little thing. It's just the little girl has a gruff voice. Because, we heard the gruff voice first, and then it's an 8-year-old girl. That, to me, just was sort of a little bit dissonant. I mean, again, that's the little thing.
Well, I'm hoping that she does have a gruff voice. That'd be awesome.
An 8-year-old like this.
2-pack a day habit.
She's possessed. And that makes the story all the more interesting.
Yeah,
right?
now I really
It could,
want to
it
know.
That could not be a mistake.
Perched high on a limb, gazing down at him. He bowed. "You may call me Max, and you are?" "I," she replied, in a matter-of-fact tone, more suited to a dowager than a tot. "Am not allowed to speak to strangers. What do you want?" His eyebrows shot up in amusement. "Well now, that's not a very good question. But how can I answer it if I'm forbidden to speak to you?" She tilted her head, her caramel curls dancing wildly around a cherubic heart-shaped face. "Oh, I'm sorry. Did your father forbid you to speak to strangers as well?" "No, on the contrary. My father is demanding that I marry you."
Marry one.
Whoa.
And that's a very good question.
And-
Not a
I'm going to buzz it right there because
All right,
she's
I'm
8 years
totally-
old. But anyway.
good. Sorry.
We don't know that it's her. She could be the daughter of the stranger, right? Or wait, did she say that?
My father's the man that I don't know. See, it actually kept my attention.
Yeah. Who says that last line though?
She does.
Her caramel curls.
No, I'm assuming he does because we are. It's on the next
Oh,
line.
okay,
He
I
does.
see.
Okay.
All right, so
All right.
I'm confused.
That's
All right.
I will say the structure of this is you wouldn't want to churn this in this way too. You want to have paragraph breaks. You don't want to have the space in between each paragraph. You want them together and then have, of course, the paragraph breaks
Right.
You know, and overall, even though I buzzed this, overall I really liked it. I liked the voice. I'm already liking Max, and I like the situation. Like, what a great situation. I would actually, if I was an agent or editor, I would keep reading. But having said that, and this is maybe just my own personal thing, there was a couple things. Okay, fingering it open, and there was one other, like, and that one is fine there. But every time I see a new author starting things, sentences with ing words, I kind of like wince a little bit, because very frequently they start doing it multiple times on every single page, and then it becomes really wince-worthy. So I only saw it once on this page, but just check and make sure you're not using that same construction every page, because it will start to draw attention to itself. There was another one that was sort of like it, but anxious to delay the inevitable. I don't even know what those. I should learn the grammar of what those sentences are called, but it's almost like you're doing the sentence out of order.
And there should be enough anxiety built into the scene that you don't need to tell us that he's anxious. In fact, you've already said time had finally run out, and with a heavy sigh. So there is some tension already built in, and so repeating it there almost becomes redundant to just say that they're anxious again, because I'm anxious at this point because I'm like, time's run out, he's about to go get killed. I mean, I don't know, so.
Yeah. Or it's some internal thought right there, like no point in delaying. This is inevitable. That would work better for me than that.
Because then you would see the anxiety as opposed to being told that he's anxious, right? But overall, I thought, I buzzed it at the end, kind of the whole confusion. But overall, I thought it was good. I thought it moved along. There is some tension. You kind of see that Max, you kind of want to know, I want to know what Max was up against.
Yeah.
That was interesting to me. So I thought it was fairly strong for a first page. There were some things that I would change, like we talked about.
Yeah, and I did wonder whether this was supposed to be a prologue and these people are meeting but they're not marrying right away because she's 8, or whether she's the daughter of somebody.
Perhaps, yeah. We don't know. So that adds some tension, because we don't know, and I actually want to know if they betrothed this 8-year-old. That's a little weird.
That would be creepy. You might not want to go there, author.
Yeah. So I actually, I know I buzzed it, but I did like it. So I'm right here with these guys. There's great tension here. I like that you brought the dialogue in pretty quickly, so it wasn't just all description, which I think tends to happen on first pages, and especially with it being romance, I think you handled that well. Anyhow, and just with the little tweaks, I think it's going to be really strong. I will say that I would like a little more of your sensory details in here, unless it's coming in really soon, and maybe in the next page. So just so we can ground ourselves into the scenery a little bit more, into what he's experiencing.
Maybe if he'd have stepped off the horse into some horse poop.
Well,
just thinking. I'm just
that's
throwing it out there
the
for
story.
Because what romance doesn't need horse poop on the first
horse
page?
dung. Call it horse dung.
Manure.
Manure. There we go. I am a little unsure of his age. Did I miss it? Because I know she's 8, and we're having dialogue here, and they almost seem like they're pretty close in age and not too far apart in age. But I'm just a little unsure of the age. So. Hopefully that comes in pretty soon, because he's saying they're talking about their parents and that kind of thing, so that made me feel like he's pretty close to her in age. But then these guys were like, well, she's only 8, and so
he dismounted the horse by himself.
So he's not 14. We're pretty sure. If he's 30.
Yeah, I just don't know how
we just don't
he
know.
is.
So.
Yeah, I just don't know. So you might want to bring that in
point.
if you have a way to bring that in. That would be great.
Or again, maybe not. Maybe that adds the tension.
Perhaps.
And I wouldn't say you have to put his age on this page, but definitely in this scene.
I think it'd be pretty easy when he sees the girl, because he could say, oh, she looks about my age, or oh, she's only 8.
Yeah, but he's carrying a ring of his great-grandmother's emerald. Great-grandmother's emerald. No one is going to let a youngster.
Unless he's the only one alive left
Well,
in
no,
the
that's
family.
true. But not
And
only
the
that,
post-zombie apocalypse.
he is obviously against marrying an 8-year-old, right? You can tell that. No, on the contrary, my father is demanding that I marry a
Yeah,
woman.
that's true.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I think we might get a sense that
He's
maybe
much
he is
older.
older, and he is not happy with that arrangement.
Yeah. Well, should we vote?
We should, and we'll start with you, please.
Okay. I liked it, and but I would still give it a set. I think it needs some rewriting there, just tweaking, format things, a few little details. But overall, I thought it was a good piece. So I'll give it a set.
Yeah, I give it a set too. I just think there's a few tweaks and formatting again, as Brock said, and then it's good.
Yeah, I agree. Set. This is gonna be great and very strong piece once you fix those little things. So good job. Well done.
I'm also gonna go with set. I feel that even though it's romance, and I hate romance, that there's a strong draw to this, but definitely some of these sentences can be broken up and made a little, to flow a little easier, smoother if they're broken into 2 or more. So yeah, set for me as well. All right, so that's it. Did we get it right? Please leave a comment if you agree with us, disagree with us.
I think Janette needs to wear a different color shirt.
Think that Torsia, what?
I said, think that I need to wear different color shirts.
Or that, or whether Torsia is now the new Simon Cowell of our show. You can
There you
comment on that
go.
as well, okay?
I'm sorry. Only because I know, like, with
Simon
Lindsay,
never
really
apologizes.
strong
Quit
and great.
apologizing.
Hey,
Simon
if
never
you're gonna be the
apologizes.
Simon, you just can't apologize.
And
You gotta
just
own
say
it.
So,
with a British accent.
No apology.
can you do a British accent?
Long time ago. I don't think I could now. I
I
just have to go back to London.
Okay.
Sacrifices.
Until next time, get ready.
Get set.
Right.
In addition to our quarterly prize of a William Shakespeare air freshener, we have additional yearly prizes.
That's right. We have a Get Out of the Slush Pile free from Shadow Mountain and also a first chapter critique.
And the same prize coming from Cedar Fort Publishing. So you'll get out of the slush pile with them and also the chapter critique.
Some great prizes we offer. Also, you can follow us at our podcast, Ready, Set, Write Podcast. You can find us on the internet. You can find us through Apple as well, through iTunes. And look for us on all of our social media. Also, look for our published books wherever good books are sold, because we do write occasionally, because that's what we do. And we'd like to thank Connor BLAYLOCK for his technical support and helping us get this production put together.
I know the other book just walked behind us. Feel it.
He's probably going to bleep all this out. But anyway, that's okay. Thank you, Connor. And of course, thanks to you for listening. Please subscribe to our YouTube and to all the social media that we also subscribe to, and we're glad to interact with you anytime. Until next time.
Get ready.
Get set.
Right. What are you doing, Janette?
I'm waiting for people to subscribe. Might take a while.
Well, hurry up.
Subscribe.
It's annoying me.
I want to go home. Subscribe.
Please.